start. Good morning, esteemed viewers. Welcome to this wonderful edition of Bystanders at the Newsstand. I am Christian Chuku. On this wonderful edition of the program today is Friday, a weekend that we're expecting so much from our daily hustle. We are right here in the city of Lagos, Ogba to be precise, as we get people talking on the pertinent issues that concern them in the society. Once again, a big welcome to everyone that has subscribed to Flip TV and also Flip TV Plus. I want you to click on the notification button so that you can be part of the program. I have with me my committed analysts here this morning. They are here to do justice to the newspaper headlines. Let's go straight to the paper for today. I have with me the Punch newspaper. I also have the Daily Trust. Can we trust the Daily Trust? I kind of like the analysis that the Daily Trust gives us every morning. The main headline on the Daily Trust newspaper: federal government links 96 persons, 156 COYS to terrorism financing. Federal government links 96 persons, 156 COYS to terrorism financing. Families of Bureau de change operators protest in Kano over this report. Families of Bureau de change operators are protesting in Kano. Northeast lost $6.9 billion to insurgency. Isolam. Northeast lost $6.9 billion to insurgency. That's from the governor of Borno State, Maiduguri, and says Boko Haram child's play if ISWAP allowed to grow. Boko Haram child's play if ISWAP allowed to grow. Look at the indices. 5,000 classrooms destroyed so far. 800 municipal buildings destroyed, including local government secretariats, prisons, and traditional rulers' homes, amongst others. 800 buildings destroyed. 713 power distribution lines destroyed. 713 power distribution lines destroyed. 1,600 water sources vandalized. 1,600 water sources vandalized in Yobe, Gombe, Borno, Bauchi, Adamawa, and Taraba, the northeast states. This all amounts to over $6.9 billion that has gone. That is 3 trillion naira has gone over the Boko Haram insurgencies. And let's look at the individuals and companies, forex suppliers with links to terrorism financing identified by federal government. They have been identified by federal government since 2020 and 2021. 123 firms, 424 allies, 96 persons, 33 DBC suppliers. I will not have the identities. That's my question. This morning on 2023, Kwakwaso inside corner with 3 options. That is the PDP. Good morning. Good good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Yeah. Yeah. Once let me go over the papers again. Sorry for that the sound problem. FG links 96 persons, 156 COYS to terrorism, financing, our major news headline this morning. Also, we have $6.9 billion lost to Boko Haram insurgency in the northeast. And we have Kwara Baptist School shot as fresh crisis erupts over Hijab. Kwara Baptist School shot as fresh crisis erupts over Hijab. That's our major topics this morning. Okay, let's have a good morning. Morning.
Yeah, good morning, Christian. How was the night?
We have come again to look at the issues we have this morning. Yesterday we had a report. Federal government links 19 persons, 156 COYS, that is companies, to terrorism financing. Is that enough to bring these persons to book? Because they have not named their names. They just say they are 96 persons. They have not identified them. I don't know what will you say about that.
I think, good morning, SIM viewers. I remain Chigos here. Well, the approach to especially criminal investigation in our criminal justice system is not encouraging. So, linking, of course, those companies to terrorism, why you are still investigating, it's not in any way. It's just like it's just more or less being prejudicial. You've not been able to establish. The first thing is to carry out proper and diligent investigation to ascertain whether actually they are involved, they are accomplices to whatever has been happening. You see, it could be that
Speculation.
mere speculation, or if they are like the so-called breed change, anybody can transmit money using that medium. That doesn't mean that the person or rendering the service is involved directly. So these are channels where you can convey money. It doesn't suggest that, like, it's just like using POS. Somebody use POS to pay money. You see, how will you hold the operator responsible? So I think these are is a sign of insensitivity and not being diligent or committed to duty, to the fight against, I think, against crime in general. I think it's more or less more easier to write on the pages of newspaper than diligent investigation. I think that is why the federal government always resort to the media trial rather than the substantial
because I'm expecting that names
investigation.
Mentioned, like the name of the companies. I went through that report yesterday. I didn't see any name. Nobody mentioned. They are saying 96 persons, 156, 404 allies, and no names are mentioned.
These are mere effort in futility. The people you are alleged to have been involved in terrorism has the right to, of course, defend themselves. That's why in the court of law, the federal government will always lose at the end of the day, because they can't substantiate their claims or whatever allegation levied on those individuals. So what you can't substantiate, you don't have a concrete evidence to indict them. Then it needless making those noise, because at the end of the day, you also suffer defeat. So such embarrassment is is uncalled for.
$6.9 billion lost in 13 years of Boko Haram insurgency in the north. 5,000 classrooms destroyed, 800 buildings destroyed, including local government secretariat, prisons, traditional rulers' homes. 713 power distribution lines destroyed, 1,600 water sources vandalized.
You can understand the monumental loss incurred already in a supposed sovereign state. You see, where you are engaged in chasing after shadows. You see, over 3 trillion lost in terms of monetary value, not to talk about the infrastructures and facilities. And yet, the Boko Haram is still having an upper hand. Most of the local governments are under their control. You see, when a sovereign entity is being threatened, when the existence and integrity of a sovereign state is being threatened to the extent that the supposed sovereign state cannot repel such attacks, such threats to its sovereignty, then it means it's a failed state. So there are indices and evidence that attest to that fact, that Nigeria has lost control over its own territorial integrity. You see, Nigeria is no longer in control, losing citizens on daily basis to all these incessant attacks, banditry, and of course the religious Islamic apologies. Within your own country, they adopt and kidnap students and demand ransom, and you are very helpless and hopeless in the face of such threats. So, do you need an angel or a prophet to tell you that Nigeria is the first state? So, these are, of course, evidence or indices that attest to the fact that Nigeria is not just a failing state, but a failed state. It has been established already. You see, people who has incurred such wanton destruction of life and property, unchecked, for over 2 decades, if I'm not mistaken.
I think 13 years.
You see, or close to 2 decades. 13 years is not 13 days. It's not even 13 months or 13 weeks. So for over 13 years, they have consolidated their base. Of course, taking more state, and you can see the governor of Borno State, Zulum, crying out that now it is not just the Boko Haram. There is an infiltration of ISWAP, which is an arm of the IS. So it means that worse days are ahead. More local governments will be taken over by these Islamic apologists. And yet, you claim to have a country, you claim to be a sovereign state, and your security personnel or architecture has already collapsed in the face of these realities. Boko Haram, the bandits, or the terrorists, they are all terrorists. You see, fighting against Boko Haram have established their own caliphate, their own government. They are running a parallel government. You see, having destroyed lives in the hundreds of thousands. You can never imagine how many citizens have been lost to the activities of Boko Haram. But the federal government was very swift to proscribe IPOB, who only, wear only male clothes. You see? And using the show of placard and protesting, you proscribe them terrorists. Why the men terrorists are there, unchecked, are there ravaging and incurring more devastating
Imagine, over
damage.
$6.9 billion lost.
$6.9 billion. It is not a surprise. $6.9 billion. It is not just that the money was spent for infrastructures. Only was spent for fighting? Are they really fighting the Boko Haram? Unfortunately, you know what? 6 points, almost $7 billion. When you calculate other infrastructure facilities that were destroyed, it's it exceeds over $20 billion that have been lost to only Boko Haram insurgency, especially within the northeast. You're not talking about other social vices and agitations across the length and breadth.
Okay.
What are their agitation or demand? Their agitation of the Boko Haram is to Islamize, to enforce their own religion on the people, which is contrary to, of course, the position of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria that allows freedom of worship. So you can see that even by their standing, they oppose the integrity of the Nigerian state. 12 states we are running Sharia law. In the north, they are implementing Sharia law, even against enforcing it against the citizens, the supposed citizens of Nigeria, who practice, of course, the freedom of worship. And you still call it a sovereign state, a state that promotes a democratic setting. I think you continue to deceive yourself as long as you so desire. But the fundamental issue is that Nigeria is not a state to be desired. In fact, Nigeria is a first state for crying loud, where people could no longer practice, have a freedom of worship, have a freedom of expression, of movement. So what exactly did IPOP did before the federal government was very rough and swift at prescribing them? Has the IPOP constituted, of course, society or contributed to the nuisance around? They're only about, of course, expressing their own fundamental rights. Not that they want to impose their own, of course, ideology on other Nigerians. But the IPOP are saying we have the rights enshrined by the Constitution and by United Nations Charter. We have the right of self-determination, which is a right, is an international or global right respected and recognized, that when a particular group or section of the country or any group that feels their, of course, continual existence has been threatened within a system, they have the right to walk out of that system. It is not a crime. And you are busy chasing after people who are legitimate, who are, of course, on a legitimate cause. They are not infringing on anybody's fundamental, but they said, of course, that they have to protect their own integrity.
But they are poorly educated. That is from Okorocha. IPB members are not terrorists, but maybe because they are poorly educated.
Poorly educated in the sense of what?
Really,
poorly educated in the face of calamities, in the face of undeniable marginalization, deprivation, and intimidation, for which have lasted barely 60 years. The same Rotas Okorocha who told us that after leaving the office of the governor of Imo State, claimed that Imo State is owing him 8 billion, which means for every year the government or the governor is entitled to 1 billion, whether he's working or he's not working. That is the money that belongs to the people. How can you substantiate the fact that, and he told us that being a governor makes him poor? By being a governor makes him poor, then he's looking for an opportunity to loot Nigerians by vying for the president, for the position of presidency. I thought he would have claimed that he never received salary. All his allowances and entitlements were not paid, while as a sitting governor. Then how could you convince me that you own the Ijimma for the good 8 years you occupied the office of the governor. He said these are people who are after, of course, their own selfish gains.
Okay.
They are not identifying with the plights of the, the masses. The masses know where it pinches them most. They have control of the resources of the resources of the masses at their disposal and could use it, you see, for whatever selfish reasons. You are creating, of course, other appointments, political appointments, and commissioners, where you have spent money, of course, without objectively knowing what is the need of the people. People are subjugated, and it is their right to choose whatever cause politically, of course, which they believe will protect their political interests. So it is about the people. If referendums should be conducted at this time, Rochas Okorocha just have only 1 vote to that effect. So I think what he should have done in the first place is to instruct, of course, the federal government to conduct referendum, to ascertain the true position of the people standing, whether truly people are interested in pulling out from Nigeria or they want to remain as an entity. I think that will silence such a irrelevant argument once for all.
Okay,
but the truth is that, of course, the likes of Rochas Okorocha are gross beneficiaries of this flawed system. And in as much as, of course, they continue to benefit, of course, at the expense of the masses, living a luxurious life at the expense of the masses, they will want to perpetuate and, of course, promote the continuity of this fair system. Do have a great day. Chigos Endi.
Good morning, engineer. I have my engineer here this morning. Good morning, engineer. How was your night? There's an issue I want you to look at this morning. The issue, this Kwara State issue, this hijab issue, or the crisis yesterday. Kwara Baptist School shot as fresh crisis erupts over hijab. You think that in a kind of Christian setting, there should be imposition of hijab wearing?
All those things, not something that can bring quarrel and.
One person died.
Because
can see.
I know is when people make it riots, someone must die. Do you get what I mean? Huh? Because something that is to be on the table and make people make it. Because Nigeria now, they believe any small thing they want to make riots. It's not done. That's an issue. You need to be on the table and issue the matter. Like now, Kwara State, Muslim and Christian. And you know that Muslim, they always use hijab. It's not today they are started. I mean, if they now say all the Muslims on the school to be using hijab, I'm not saying something
in a
bad
Christian
on it.
You know, Christian schools, they have their rules, regulations.
They have their rules, regulations. But the state is between Christian and Muslim there. When you are taking students in your school and you taking form to be your student, and you know that it's a Muslim, if you know that you not take all those things, you not receive Muslim in your school.
The student, if he sees the guidelines, if the student cannot cope with it,
that's not a bad on it. Because as I'm a Christian now, if I go to mosques, maybe they are doing something there, they will not tell me the rules, what they are doing there. Say I should do it. You know what I mean? Huh?
You can't wear your shoe inside the mosque.
Normally, you know.
But if you want to wear your shoe,
like now, if you are going to Selena, if you be in Celestia, you must play with ordinary.
What of somebody that's saying that I don't want to stay with ordinary leg?
No, you don't go there.
So the Baptist school, they are against the hijab wearing. You know, the Baptist, the Christian.
Yes, no, and they have a student of the. Yeah, as a Muslim.
Muslim students apply to that school. They were not here wearing hijab before, but they just started wearing hijab.
Is it the governor that make it?
No, the law allows for religious tolerance.
But we look into the matter. For me, for my own experience, There is nothing bad on it. For the Muslim, not that the Christian there, the Muslim to wear hijab according to their own religion, what they are serving. You know what I mean? Huh? I'm not saying something bad. And the issue is not the issue of we are killing ourselves. I want to kill ourselves, I want to die. The issue, if I see that this school, they don't want, I take my school to another place. It's a very simple something. It's not the issue that say, they should not correct for that one. It's very simple something. You know that Muslims, they are cover their hair. If the Muslim is there, if they want to cover their hair, if you know, let them go the Muslim school.
And that's what is causing that's what is causing crisis in the states.
Let the governor call the leader of the school and call the parents. They should do the meeting. It's not something that they will not making problem for that. Before they know the bad people, they will hijack the matter for their hand. They will turn it to another thing. Because this country, what the government needs to do instantly now to call the school order and he call the parent, they do meeting and give them the solution. That is it.
Okay, let's look at federal government links 96 persons, 156 companies to terrorism financing.
Federal government.
Now the names have not been mentioned. They haven't mentioned the names.
Let them bring the name. But we will know the issue. I can't say something what I don't know. You know what I mean? Because government is the government. But they made decision, they have the reason. And maybe they already called the people before, they already do meeting together, I don't know. But let them name the name and the people will now come, they will now say something, will now know what to say concerning the issue.
Okay, $6.9 billion have been lost to Boko Haram insurgency in the northeast. Yet we are not seeing any progress. Or are we seeing progress?
Well, I'm not seeing progress like that, but I see that the matter is not be like before. You know what I mean? Because when I went to Abuja, I interviewed some people in Abuja who are selling market. For me, I like to, so I interviewed them. They was telling me that now Abuja is okay now. Say before, say they don't have rest because of Boko Haram. You know what I mean? But now, something like that is not happen. But I see that Boko Haram, they operate in the village. They go to villages and operate. But what government need? But I hear that they already get the equipment to fight in there now. You know what I mean? But let them do everything faster. Because they don't need to be given a day for the issue that is bothering Nigerian citizens. You know what I mean? They should make everything faster and fighting there.
Is our military capable of?
They are capable. They are capable. If no be all these people, you know, there's no way in the midst of security, they have a saboteur. You get me now? When the saboteur are there, and they cannot quench that one because it's inside Bible said, but they are trying. Nigerian soldiers, they are trying their best. And then they try more and more. You know what I mean now? Because to fighting something like terrorists is not easy. You know what I mean now? But God will help them. God will support them. God will lead them to make us to survive for the matter so that Nigeria can have a peace.
Okay, lastly, let's look at security agencies get Buhari's nod to access subscribers' details. That's our NIN and SIM.
And
security,
ID card.
Yeah. Security agencies have gotten an approval from the federal government, like Buhari, to access each and everyone's NIN. Do you think it's a good one? Your details, your personal details.
Well, but the NIN matter now. But I went to where they are doing it. I have bought my own loss. I need to get another one. But wherever you go there, there's no service. I went to the Alausa, no service. I went to the that I didn't, no service. I don't know what to do because the service, because I don't understand. And these people, they are collecting money. It's not a free. And what federal government say free. But now, look at the way they are doing it now. They now make agents now for this issue now. When people are paying money for before you can get national identity card, and it's not done. Let federal government, they have. I don't understand this federal government again, because they are not do anything easy for the Nigerian citizen. They are make everything hard for us. Because this national identity card is something they're supposed to do amicably and very easy for people. Okay, now MTN, they say you should link it with your MTN line. Very simple. They should discuss with MTN. The MTN, if you want to buy line, they will do it for you. They will give you the card. It will be easy for you. If you go to a bank, you want to do anything there, just simple something. They will do it for you there. If you want to open bank, they will do it for you at bank. They will give the machine to be in the bank. Be in the MTN office, be in the Glo office, be in any network. Before they now have their own office. When the people can go there, if you don't have anything to do in it. But now, look at everywhere now. Everybody is doing it. Both people that even do fake. They are charging people. Bring 3,000, bring 5,000. Because the place I went to now, even though in Asaba, they collected 3,000 from my hand. In this Lagos, somebody tell me 2,500, somebody tell me 1,500. You see, they're now using it and making money. That's what I mean. And in federal government, I always say something. I'm not seeing something that federal government do in this country easy for the Nigerian citizen easy way. They do everything like say when we were still in primary school. They need to upgrade more than this level. Let them upgrade how to do things. Okay, now if you went to there now, they'll say go and bring your tracking number. What are you asking for tracking number again? You ask the person come, you have the name, you have everything where you already done before. Go to your system. That's unlike American people. You go to your system, your name, everything concerning you will come outside. But Nigeria now, they will be telling you go and bring this thing. And this thing is in their system.
Okay. One more. Agbekoya threatens to free Igboho through traditional means.
I bet these are Agbekoya people, forget them. I bet forget Agbekoya people. You see, people make mouth. I don't see. You see this Nigeria. Everybody starts to be using opportunity and talk whatever you like. People are using opportunity and talk whatever you like. Anybody can come anywhere and say something that Agbekoya, who know them? I bet forget it. I'm a Yoruba man. Agbekoya for waiting now. Okay, Agbekoya is working. They are kidnapping people and express on Ibadan. They don't know how to point them. Let them do something that the African government now know that these people they are working, so that they will not fear them. Kidnapper, they are kidnapping this people. They are doing this in this people. Let them do it and hand over there for police. Say, okay, I will do this one for you. Agbekoya for mouth. You see that? Now money matter. When they are leader, they are called there, they will collect money. They will use some people enter bush, go and kill rabbits. When they kill rabbits, the senior man will carry rabbits. That's what Agbekoya is doing. Because Igbo what I'm talking about now is in Niger. I be what you call it, be a Benin. Okay. And they are issue matter in Nigeria. Let them go to Benin now to go and beg the government of Benin. Let them go there and settle the matter in the Benin. It's not Nigeria, it's Benin. Because the matter I'm hearing, they say you have an issue with Benin people. You get me now? The matter is not Nigerian matter now, it's the Benin people. Let the Agbekoya go there and go and beg the Benin people to leave Igbo for them. Because this issue, when Igbo started, I tell people, I say Igbo, what Igbo is doing, number one is good, but that's when you do something, you'll be wrong. Total wrong. The first time, he announced in Oyo State, when there is a sitting governor there, he said he's giving Fulani 7 days to leave the place. Are you a governor of that state? He's not the governor of the state. And you know the governor, you are working with the governor. You need to go and meet the governor. You have the power to go and meet the governor. Please, sir, look at what's happening in this state. And this is bothering my mind. And before I take any action, I want to take action for this matter. Like I can't really do in Ondo State. But you are just an ordinary man in Nigeria. You are not anything. You are not anything in this country. Because
okay, some people will fight you.
wait, let them fight me, no problem. Because I'm a citizen of this country. If we cannot tell ourselves true, because now it's not the Senate, it's not the ordinary, it's not the councillor, it's not the chairman of the local government, it's not the assembly. You cannot say something that is not. You are not the. Do you know that there's a law in this country? It is that there's no law.
Okay.
Before you settle, you need to be with them. You get me now? If you want to do it, so you are not be with them, you need to do it with your sense and use somebody do it.
Okay.
If in Nigeria divide today, I'm okay. If in Nigeria not divide, I'm okay. Because nobody give me 1 naira. I'm also myself, but I get the 1 naira that I'm getting. Why am I die because of this? If in Nigeria, okay now, it's not the man that is working with the political matter before. He's working with a political matter now. All these people, they know him. He's working with them. They know him very well.
Okay.
The day that I went to this border, semi-border, that day I was in Anambra. I told my people, say, this man, I come back with federal government now. If you are doing something, don't do more than your power. Nobody oppose federal government.
Thank you very much, sir.
What does that mean?
Thank you very much. Engineer Kayode. Okay, I have Okokondem. Okay, Engineer Kayode have spoken his mind. That's what we'll get from the general opinion, general public opinion on the streets.
What is going on?
Okay, I was calling Okokondem to come.
Okay, Okokondem should come.
Okokondem, Happy New Year.
Same to you, my brother Christian.
I've been asking for you. I know you brought something. You brought something back. You brought something.
No.
You brought something. Village.
No, I'm looking to collect from you.
But you are the one that traveled to the village.
Yes, I traveled to the village.
Okay.
The situation changed over there.
What situation?
I felt sick seriously.
I hope it's not village people.
No.
Okay.
I felt sick seriously. It's by God's grace, I'm alive.
Yeah, so many things are happening. But let me look at this. There's a Yoruba traditionalist, Agbekoya, say he threatens to free Igboho through traditional means.
Yeah, but let me greet my people.
Okay.
My people all over the world, Happy New Year, Happy Christmas, all of them. Because my people said, when a man wake up from the sleep, that time is his own money. So I just wake up now, then telling my people, Happy New Year, Happy Christmas, all of them the same time. I am Mr. Akpara, the new Okokondem, in this Second Republic of Biafra, led by Mazen Namdekalo and his IPOP government of Biafra. Long live Republic of Biafra, long live Republic of Biafra, long live ESN, long live IPOB, long live all over the world, the people that love freedom and stand for freedom and stand for truth. Long live everyone. Long live our fans all over the world who appreciate what we are doing, who appreciate to hear the truth. Long live Philip TV, who made us to easy air our view. May God continue to bless Philip TV. In the name of our Lord Jesus Christ. Long live every one of you all over there. In the name of our Lord Jesus Christ.
You are looking fresh.
I'm looking fresh. That's the grace of God. That's the mercy of God. That's the touch of God.
How was the travel? How was the road? The road to the east?
The road to the east. From Head Bridge is locked up because of the checking point. Even we did not take Head Bridge. We enter inside Obaru, where River Niger Bank explode, Espanto. There's a road there we took. Even in that interior village, there's no any modern house. What you only saw in that area was ancient mud house.
Okay, there's another road aside.
Aside that we take to cut over Onitsha Bridge and bus out at the end of Asaba. So you not apply Onitsha at all. You will not apply Onitsha at all. That's the route we take. Still, inside that area, there's checking points. You will never believe it. Military checking point. Then if you are immediately you pass that place, you pass the road safety at the head bridge and every one of them. Then when you are coming between Edo area and the Ondo, you will see checking point. Checking point. They take road, block road. But the only thing, the army, I will tell you the truth. The army people or the people on the duty are not embarrassing people. But there's a checking point. Both sides, going and coming, they're checking point.
So the transport is not that high?
No, the transport is not hard. Apart from when we take Benin bypass to enter to Edo, there was a build up because motor coming from this side, both of them take one way. So everywhere we are choked up. By the time we manage, at least we spend up to 45 minutes to 1 hour. Then we managed to wangle our way out. But it was still choked up the time we left.
Okay, like I said, this Agbekoya man, a traditionalist, he threatens to use traditional means to free Igbo. Do you think it's possible?
You see, I will not tell you lie. The Yorubas, the Westerners are not like we Igbos that throw away our tradition. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There are some. I'm a Christian. I'm a minister of God, but there's some tradition you need to hold. Any tradition that don't lead worshiping of idol, giving glory to Satan, you need to hold that tradition. Like we, the Easterners, we, the Biafrans, all our traditional law or traditional system, we drive it from Old Testament. But most of those traditions we drive from Old Testament, we are dumping them because of civilization. And when we dump them, we still committing crime. You understand what I'm saying? This is why you see the love of money in Biafra is getting worse these days. Telling lie is getting worse these days because we forsake the good tradition way of living. We forsook them and cover it up with tradition, cover it up with them civilization. They're committing all sorts of crime. But the Yoruba still hold at least 70% of their tradition.
We have lost ours. We have lost our own.
At least we have lost 75% of our tradition. I'm not talking tradition of like tradition of killing twins. They abolish in Biafra land. It's okay. Tradition of worshiping idol. They abolish is okay. But tradition, no, for you not to steal, is supposed to be kept. Tradition for you not to look money by any means. This is why you see so many rituals going on. I'm not telling you lie. I'm an Igbo man. This is why this is why they betrayed Nnamdi Kanu. Igbos betrayed Nnamdi Kanu. Betrayed Nnamdi Kanu to the federal government. They are the one that master plan it and use Fulani to execute. DOS.
The same Igbos.
The same Igbo, DOS. Ebonyi governor Umahi, Devil Umahi.
No.
What is his name?
Dave.
Okay, Dave. I think okay, Dave. That's what I said. He from Ebubagun. He went to Niger, Mali, Chad, all the whole places Fulani reside without having a nation. He went there, employed them, and give them uniform as Igbo people, and choose some hungry, stupid Igbo people, join them, who will be leading them, showing them the track way to execute. Now, he used those Igbo people that are in the Bubagu to help the Fulanis. He used them again, pay them. They went to ESN as members of ESN. Get that information, take it to the Fulanis. But thank God, the hand of Almighty God came up against some of them. The thing was exposed. You see how Igbo people are doing it. But if it was in Nation Day, Our yeah be yeah, our nay be nay. Umar cannot do that. Yes.
Yes is yes.
Yeah, was yes. And our no was no in the former days. It cannot happen. The DOS cannot be turned Nnamdi Kanu. Because Nnamdi Kanu is the son of the soil. Fighting for our ancestral land not to be taken. Fighting for our generation not to be slave.
Said IPOB, they are not terrorists, but they are poorly educated.
Is he educated?
Yes, he's educated.
Okay, let him bring his qualification. I challenge the culture to bring his qualification.
Before becoming a governor, you know he's...
Before he become a governor, immediately you heard the school start, which is post-primary. You can contest even presidency. That's the Nigerian constitution. That is that.
He was a successful person before he became...
A stupid man used to have money. To have money doesn't mean when you go to school.
But at least you should know that Okorocha is...
But I'm telling you, Nnamdi Kanu read more than the Okorocha. So he cannot say they are poor. Nnamdi Kanu, who is the IPOP? I use the IPOP. Is Nnamdi Kanu not a member of IPOP? He's not a member.
In the court, Nnamdi Kanu said he's not a member of IPOP.
Nnamdi Kanu said in the court, he is not a member of proscribed IPOB, terrorist IPOB, but he is a member of IPOB that are fighting for Biafran freedom. So Buhari should go and look for the proscribed terrorist
leader,
and the proscribed IPOB leader and get him. He is not proscribed IPOB leader. Try to understand it. Nnamdi Kanu did not deny.
Nnamdi Kanu is educated more than
the Okorocha coming for education. Okorocha cannot reach Nnamdi Kanu anywhere. Uzodinma is not educated more than Okorocha, more than Nnamdi Kanu. All the whole governors, let them come out and face Nnamdi Kanu in education. Is Okorocha and so-called themselves wise people in Biafra land, are they the educated more than Simon Ekpa? They are not educated more than Simon Ekpa.
No, let me not.
Now, coming to the traditional ruler, yes, if there's any means to deliver Sunday Igboho, to set him free, let them set him free. It's not a sin. That's what I'm saying. If they can use, because Yoruba believe in tradition, if they can use their tradition to get what they want, let them use it. That's what I'm saying. Because you cannot use, Bible said in a book of Psalm, I think Psalmist 140, that evil, violence will pursue a wicked man and overtake him. Now, a righteous man cannot do violence. Pastor cannot do violence. Christianity cannot do violence. So if tradition can take violence to pull Sunday Igboho out of the hand of the violent people that take him, let them do it. After it, through violence, they went to Sunday Igboho house. They went with violence, with gun, with everything, to chase him, to apprehend him. So if they take normal way, Yoruba could have taken a normal way. But if they take violence, and Yoruba feel they can take violence and rescue their son and defend their son, they have every right.
Okay, let's talk about the hijab crisis in Kwara State. A government Baptist school, is it right, like, to wear hijab in the...
Is there any Muslim school? Muslims have their own school. Is there any Muslim school that government, that Christians enter there to school for the at all?
Yes.
Muslim school. Yes. Christians went there at school and start dictating for the Muslims how they will dress. It can't happen. They will not tolerate it. This is Baptist school built by missionary. Government later take up the school. And the people are still worshiping there. The Christians are still going there. But they just accommodate the Muslims. Government school or no government, there are some people that own it. All of us are in this Lagos state. Every tribe all over the world are in this Lagos state. But there's people that own Lagos state.
Own Lagos state.
The Yorubas.
Own Lagos state.
They own the Lagos state.
Many people don't agree with you. According to history.
Which history? Okay. If that person did not agree that the Yoruba own the land, who are selling the land? Are they the ones selling the land? Who are Omonile? Then let them come and take ownership. People who said Lagos do not own Lagos. Let those people come and take the ownership of Lagos and let me see. Look, you see the people that own Lagos, the Somo family, Kosoko family, and the Koka family.
Coca.
Koka family, the Somo family, Koka family, and Kosoko family. They are the origin of Lagos.
Somebody has to ask you, do you have any evidence that DOS sold Nnamdi Kanu?
It's on the net, everyone is seeing
Do
it.
you have evidence? It's not net on the net.
Listen, at least Simon Ekpa, I've said this several times.
You are following Simon Ekpa.
Okay, let me see when I can finish for myself. One of the ladies that are among the top leaders, expose them. How they did it.
How did they do it?
How they plan it.
How did they plan it?
It's a long story. But anybody who do not know the said, unless the person don't know the truth. But anybody who said DOS and other ladies that are in finance sector did not show Nnamdi Kanu, that person is supposed to be poor salt upon him and give him to go to league. Unless the person don't know the real truth. Because these people that shot Nnamdi Kanu, they still have followers who eat from them. And the same followers to come and ask this type of question to defend them. I don't beg money for them. I'm not after money. What I'm after the truth. And the truth will keep me alive.
Someone said, do you have evidence?
Whether he believes it or not, let him come down and ask whether I have the evidence.
Okay.
Or you should follow the news. Even Nnamdi Kanu blood relation was among them. Why are they running away? Why did the Asir Dukubo abusing them?
Okay. So on the hijab issue, the government secondary school should allow Muslims to wear hijab. Government Christian.
Listen, Baptists should not allow Muslims.
But it's owned by the government. It's owned by the government.
It's not owned by government. Government did not build it.
Kwara Baptist School. Kwara.
They snatch it from Christians. Kwara Baptist. They snatch it from Christians.
Yes, but it's owned by the government.
Now,
government
how many? I will ask you a question. How many Muslim schools were built that the government claimed it to be a government school? Check it in Nigeria. How many Muslim schools government have built? Muslim build and they are going to school there, and let government take it away from them and make it government school and allow Christians to carry Bible to be going there to preaching for them, or allow Christians to dress in our normal way to be going to school there. Even the one government built by themselves, nobody built. They call Unity School. Go there and check. Even Muslims are trying to pose their own way of living to Christians. Now, this is the way hijacking Christian schools, hijacking Christians' property is a way to Islamatize Christian again, which what they're doing.
To Islamize
Christians. Catch them young. That's why they go to school. Catch them young. So you force them to embrace that Christian Muslim ideology from primary school. If they succeed now in this government school, they will go to private school, telling them how to dress. If they succeed here now. So I'm employing every Christian, begging every Christian in Nigeria to resist this act. You cannot take my thing away from you and start giving condition how we use it.
Let's wait for the Christian Association of Nigeria president, the camp president. Let's wait for his response. Let's go to another topic. Federal government links 96 persons, 156 COYS, that is companies, to terrorism financing.
Which government?
I say federal government.
Is federal government not part of the terrorists?
I don't know.
I'm asking the question. Because if you look, since the inception of this government, since 2015, if you look how they are pampering terrorists, you will, and with the person on top of terrorists, they are talking. Because they have labeled IPOB terrorists. So let them come and define the terrorists that people are sponsoring. Boko Haram. What of Fulani helps men? Are they not terrorists?
No, they're not terrorists. In Nigeria.
In Nigeria, they're not terrorists.
In Nigeria.
But they're killing more than Boko Haram.
No, Fulani Herdsmen is not killing more than Boko Haram.
The Fulani Herdsmen only concentrate in Northeast. But Boko Haram only concentrate in Northeast. But Fulani Herdsmen spread all over Nigeria. Don't tell me what I know. We're in Nigeria. They're terrorists. Going to farmland, killing people, doing everything. Okay, the one they operate in Niger State, collecting levy.
These are bandits.
Who are the bandits? Who are the bandits?
Bandits. Boko Haram. Fulani Herdsmen. Then ISWAP. There are 4 different groups.
Who are the bandits? Go, bring Fulani Herdsmen and bring bandits. Put them together.
Okay, you are saying that they are together.
I said they are Fulanis. But the federal government want to deceive you, deceive me, and the whole world. They're not Fulani tribe. What they are trying to defend is that the Fulani tribe. That's the Fulani tribe, what they're trying to defend. Yeah, that's why they rename it bandits. They don't want to hear that the Fulani tribe are the one killing. So the bandits can compromise anybody. Bandits, they can say Igbo man is there. They can say Igbo man is there. But when you call Fulani, it's a particular tribe, so they don't want to hear it. So they make it baptism. They take it to John the Baptist baptized at River Jordan. Maybe they take it to Cabra da Moda River and baptize them. They are bandits.
Okay. Lastly, let's look at NIN SIM linkage. Security agencies get Buhari's nod to access subscribers' details. Buhari has told the military that they can access your NIN details. You think it's a welcome policy?
Military don't have right to be checking subscribers NIN, to checking their calls. They are not meant for internal purpose. They are meant for external. It's left for police. I'll call it CID or DSS to do that work, not military. Now, why do you check the call of individuals?
No, when you register NIN, there are details you put down there.
Yes.
So they have access to those your details.
Military don't have. They're not supposed to have access to my details.
We are fighting terrorism, so there are people involved in this stuff. So if you have access, you can easily detect.
Let police do it and give military information. Who are the terrorists? Okay, excuse me. Minister of Communication, who initiated this NIN, was he not a terrorist?
Was he
not a terrorist? Yes.
He is not a terrorist. He is not a terrorist.
He is not the one that trained them in his youth, which he confessed, and they said, Nigeria, I have apologized.
No, he did not train them.
But he was a member or whatever. He has to link with.
He was an apologist.
Apologies. He apologized.
No, he was somebody that has a
sympathy
for.
Okay, like Gumi have sympathy for them. Like Gumi have sympathy. Like the presidents have sympathy for them. But this man, America hold his file. He was among the terrorist list wanted people in American list. He himself confessed that he Al-Qaeda, he trained with them, he do this, he do that. Now just should forget him. He did that when he was youth. Now is he an old man? How old is he? If he's an old man, he should quit politics because old people do quit politics.
So you are saying because he's in charge of NCC, communication, NIN stuff.
They should catch him first. Let him tell us how Boko Haram and Ashwap have managed. They should hold him first. Military should hold him. Okay, fine. Military have right. Military should go hold him first.
Okay, lastly, who is your candidate for 2023? I've not asked you that question. Who's your candidate?
My candidate.
Candidate. Governorship candidate, presidential candidate in Lagos and generally.
In Lagos, he left for Yoruba. I'm not a Yoruba.
Are you not going to vote?
I'm going to vote, but who Yoruba? I cannot choose for them.
Tinubu is a good choice.
For governor.
For presidency.
Okay. Whether Tinubu is a good choice or not, I don't see Tinubu being a good choice. But if Nigeria if Fulani want to give, let them give because he have worked for it. I'll not tell you lie. Without Tinubu, Buhari could not have reached there. No matter what people gossip, Tinubu is a political player. He was, but now because of health and age, I don't know how he managed that. But he was a political player. That's what I'm saying. If APC want to give presidency to South, APC, they should give it to Tinubu. He suffer for it.
Not Igbo man. You're not in support of Igbo presidency.
What Igbo man contributed in APC? What is the contribution? Okorocha from PDP, he jumped to Apoga. From Apoga, he jumped to APC. Now I'm hearing again, want to jump back to PDP. Okorocha is a political monkey, jumping from one tree to another tree. Politically, I'm not saying it's a monkey, but politically, he look like monkey jumping from one tree to another tree. But I pray he should not jump into the hand of lion. Because very soon, see what EFCC is doing him. If not take time, he jump into the mouth of lion.
So Igbo don't deserve the presidency.
I'm telling you, coming under APC, people do not deserve it.
Ogbonnayan started from the beginning with APC.
Ogbonnayan, what did he contribute? What did he contribute?
We are the ones that came together and they formed APC.
Who?
Yes, Ogbonnayan.
No.
What part was it?
NPP.
Okay, Okorocha brought Agba.
Apoga. Now look at it. When Okorocha was under Apoga, that time he performed a little in Imo State. And when they come from Apoga and join APC, everything become worse. Everything become worse. Okorocha, although that time when I went home, 2013, I told people that Okorocha will disappoint you, Imo State people. At the end, everybody want to kill me. Even my father, even my uncle. They want to kill me. I said, look at Okorocha. All he's doing is to deceive you people. He will, at the end, he will pocket you people into his pocket and use
now Imo State is owing 8 billion naira. Imo State is owing Okorocha 8 billion naira.
Let him, Okorocha collect people's land, community. Okay, all the whole 21, then Imo State owed him 21 billion naira.
8 billion naira.
28.
8
Okay,
billion naira.
Okorocha should come here. Okorocha should come to the platform here and tell me 21 local government in Imo State. He started General Hospital on those 21 local government. Let him come and tell me the one he finished. Let him come and show me one General Hospital he finished in 21 local government of Imo State. He started. But he have commissioned them. He finished them.
Okay.
Most of the road that Okorocha butchered, let us go to Imo State and see all the road that he butchered. Where are they now? Erosion, spoiling them. No better drillage. How can you take barbed wire to build gutter?
Barbed wire.
Barbed wire. This tiny, yes, to build gutter. You do not use iron. You take barbed wire, build gutter. How can it stand?
Okay.
Thank you now, very much. Let me tell you, any Igbo man, whether PDP, whether APC, whether Apoga, any Igbo man coming for presidency in this condition we are in is a stupid Igbo man. Let them leave Fulani to continue. What they spoil, let them rebuild it. Fulani cannot spoil Nigeria. And look at whom they don't put upon the head. But let me remind you, I read it in net where Mianti Anla said they don't trust any Southerners to hand them over. They don't believe in them. Then tell me where, if they mean what they're saying, tell me where Tinubu will stand. Tell me where Okorocha will stand. Tell me where Umai will stand. All of them are jumping up. Ohanes and Igbo, can they deliver? The same Ohanes and Igbo are shouting Igbo president. When time reach now, you give them money, they will betray that Igbo president. Ohanes and Igbo. Ohanes and Atoro. I know them. They will talk in the daytime. Okay. Now, excuse me. They will betray the same Igbo politics. I don't know what I'm saying.
Just conclude.
So, what we want, I'm still saying it. What we want is Biafra. Biafra is the only solution for Igbo problem in Nigeria, because the destiny of Igbo man in Nigeria is against Igbo man. Whatever you do, the destiny of Igbo man in Nigeria is against Igbo man.
Thank you very much. Okay.
Now let me tell you, if we don't go out from Nigeria, then we impose leadership on us as they impose Uzodinma on Imo State. Uzodinma is not our cabinet. So if you continue, even the presidency, then we post whom we work for their favor. So we don't need presidency. What do you need Biafra? And Biafra without war, Biafra with peace. That I myself, as I'm here, I can go to Sokoto and do my business genuinely. Fulani man can come to East and do his business genuinely, not with gun, not with killing other people. So I want Biafra where we still work hand in hand with Nigeria as a good neighboring nations. You understand?
Thank you very much.
Thank God. Thank God. I am Mr. Okpara, the new Okokondem in this Second Republic of Biafra. Leave Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and his IPOB government of Biafra. Long live Republic of Biafra. Long live Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Long live Sunday Igboho. Long live Amateku. Long live ESN. Long live Simon Ekpa. And long live what? God forbid. Long live all the whole freedom lovers all over the world. Long live any Yoruba Oba that can stand up and rescue some Igboho and get him his own freedom. Long live Nnamdi Kanu. You come out to safely and lead us out of Nigeria into our promised land, Biafra.
Thank you very much.
God bless every one of us in Jesus' name. Amen.
Thank you. I have Mr. David. Good morning, Mr. David. Good morning. Okay.
Good morning to everyone, and good morning to our viewers over here in Nigeria and in diaspora.
I saw a report this morning. Agbekoya threatens to free Igboho through traditional means.
I don't want to
talk on that one.
Because to me it doesn't make sense. So where was Agbekoya when Sunday Igboho was being captured? It doesn't make sense now. Through traditional means, how?
Because I'm surprised you want to bring it out as a report.
Agbekoya should have been on ground when Sunday Igboho was being handled by the DSS. Where was Agbekoya? Now that he's in prison in the neighboring states, now you want to use diabolical means and free him. You think government doesn't know if diabolic things work, so it doesn't make sense.
Okay, it does not work with the government.
Can you go to court and tell a judge that as someone watch Chamon, the judge will just dismiss the case according to the Constitution? Nothing like diabolic means. So you don't talk that before a competent judge. So you can see what's happening in the Kwara state.
Okay, Kwara Baptist School shot as fresh crisis erupt over hijab wearing. Who is wrong, the government or the school authority? I listened to
what my uncle and my elder statesman, my number one is my Oga Kokondem, my mentor, but I want to disagree with him on this issue of hijab. Now, in as much as I'm a Christian, it's not every time we need to be, so we should be biased in our judgment. I'm not saying he is biased, but let's always see things from a different perspective. This school, now, the government have taken ownership of this school. That is one thing we need to understand. If it's a Baptist school will not welcome people wearing hijab. Government have taken ownership of this school since 2015 or 2016. About now, and the government is saying since it's a public school, anybody now is a public school now. You can wear hijab. The school is not being owned by the Baptist school anymore. So now the government are in charge of the school. Had it been the school is being owned by? Had it been the school is being owned by this Baptist school? That one is different. But this one is a public school. Now, once it's a public school, what the word public means for everybody. In as much as even if you want to not tie, once you're a Christian, now if you go to government schools, you know that from Monday to Wednesday, we practice Christians. We do Christian activities. Then Thursday, Friday, you do Muslim activities. That shows that what is a public school. Now, in court, people should stop giving out false information that the school is being owned by a Baptist school. It is not. Government have taken ownership of the school a very long time ago. Now, in court, it is now a public school. Now, so whatsoever regulation. The government wants. That is their stake. And then you know that 70% of the citizens are what indigenous of Kwara State. They are what? They are practicing Muslim. So please, I don't want to say, you say Christian on this one. See, let us not see it. Let not be always. Let there not be what sentimental on this. Let there not be sentimental issue. The ownership have been transferred to the state government. I think it was. Nobody forced it. Nobody forced it. Nobody forced it. Nobody forced it. Nobody can force something in which you legally acquire.
The last crisis they had, the government had to take over the school.
Government did not take over. Government are taking the school for a very. See, I'm a Christian. My name is David. I'm not a Muslim. No.
Government took over the school. The school was not for the government.
No. The school and government and government have taken what? Government have taken over the school.
That's what I'm saying.
No, the school government did not forcefully take it from them.
No.
Government acquired the school through what legal means.
There was an agreement.
There was an agreement.
Yeah.
Now, so it should stop misleading the people. The government forcefully take it. Is there no African church here? Yeah. African church here. So why didn't the government forcefully take it over? We have so many missionary schools here. We have so many Muslim schools. So people should stop misleading people. There was an agreement between the Baptist school and the government. Now government is in charge. Government is now running the affairs of the school. So now you cannot tell government what to do. And now the school has become a public school just because one thing that is just as because the name has not been changed. That is why most persons still think that school still belongs to the Baptist school. Government have taken over that school.
So that means it should be allowed.
It should be allowed. This is a public school. It's a public school. So I'm a Christian. I don't have to be biased. So let's see. When you go to public school, you go to I went to Agba Grammar School. Monday to Wednesday we do Christian activities. Thursday to Friday they do Muslim activities. So let people wear hijab. Baptist school. Baptist.
There's nothing. As school uniform. School uniform. Is it as school uniform? As school uniform. Should they wear hijab as the school uniform?
Muslim doctrine. School have uniform. You can.
Is it a Muslim school?
It's a public school now.
Is it Muslim school?
It's a public school. It's a public school. And by Muslim tradition, nobody is. See, it doesn't make sense. Now, it's by choice. It's by choice. Now, you cannot say everybody in that school who are Muslim wear hijab. You cannot tell me everybody in this Agbekoya school wear hijab. There are some Muslims who still don't wear hijab in that school, and they are called practicing Muslims too, who want to wear hijab. Go to University of Lagos. Nobody is forcing it on them. Nobody. Just because what they believe Kwara State is just practicing Muslim state, and that is why. So nobody is forcing on them. So that should not cause rancor. I don't believe it's a public school. That should not cause rancor.
Remember what happened?
It doesn't have to be a Muslim school. It's a public school now. The government has what? Government should know what to do.
Okay,
Nobody is enforcing. Stop misleading people. Nobody is enforcing. When you go to University of Lagos, people wear hijab. Nobody enforces it on them.
Yeah.
So it's by choice. The government did not enforce it on them. It is the communities. They are saying no. It is the school authorities. They are saying no. The issue is now between some Christians. They are saying since this school name still remain Baptist school, you should not wear hijab. And now the Muslim community are now saying that what this school is now a public school. So that should not be a so see that should not be a rancor.
Okay, let's look at federal government links 96 persons, 156 boys to a terrorist. I'm concerned about you are linking people, but their identities are not known. They're not knowing their identities.
I'm tired of all this. I'm tired of all this linking, and there have not been anybody on trial. Government have not for once proscribed anybody. Government for once have not tried anybody. Now, who do you think? Do you think an individual can approach a country to buy ammunition? No, you must have government representative there who will what? Acquire arms, guns. See, I believe it is the government who is sponsoring this terrorism. These people are not ghosts. Let them publish their names. Let them publish their faces. If truly government want to put an end to what? To this what? Insecurity. You cannot tell us. Last year you want to. You cannot tell us. Last year we have people who are terrorists. Next year we have people who are terrorists. Mention their names. Since you know them, mention their names. Let Nigerians know them. Enough about this. If you think you are being sincere, ending is insurgency, then publish their names. Stop. See, this one are not facts. FD links 96 persons. Who are persons? You are a person. I'm a person. Everybody here is a person. Who are the persons? No name.
No identity.
No ID. Doesn't make sense. ID name. 156 points. Companies. Mention the companies. There are companies here. Let the government tell us the names of the company. If they are sincere with us, tell them it is Mr. A, it is Mr. B, it is Mr. Z who is financing terrorists. Let's call a spade a spade. A thief is a thief. Not you calling him looking for another name to call him. A thief is a thief.
Okay.
But Mama Bari, since that was the same thing he did last year. He said he has identified those sponsoring terrorism. This is second time again. But now nobody has been tried. Nobody. Every day killing still goes on. Who do you think sponsor them? You know them. It is the same government. It's the same government. These people, they are high profile people in the yes. So I believe you cannot come and start telling us lies. Telling us, you know them. Why don't you arrest them and proscribe them? Thank you, Fabio.
Thank you. Okay. Let's look at this report this morning. Very important. The president at Agbekoya worldwide, Kamaruddin Okeke, has urged the authorities of Benin Republic to free the Yoruba Nation agitator Sunday Adeyemo, popularly known as Sunday IGBOHO, or the group would use traditional means. Okeke spoke in Osogbo on Thursday during a peaceful rally held by the group, where it also demanded the restructuring of the country. Speaking further after he had delivered a letter containing 7 points demand of the group to Ataoja of Osogbo, Obajimo Lanikweku in his palace following a successful rally on major streets in the state capital. Okeke also lamented the high rates of corruption in government business. He said Sunday IGBOHO is not a criminal. We will continue to say that. You know that it is the federal government that is holding IGBOHO in Benin Republic, but we are telling Benin Republic authorities now to legally release him using their courts. Okay, they should release him legally and quickly because they are not taking into account or we use traditional means and pass to take him out of the nation. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Christian. I don't know. We have We have much noise at the back there. I don't know whether our clients, our viewers are hearing us well. Okay. You know, I was listening to Mr. Okpara, the Oko Ndem. Oko Ndem, you know, virtually uncaged.
Somebody say it's another Joy Igboho.
Uncaged everything that he had in mind while returning to Lagos. Because when Oko Ndem was in Imo State, he has been troubling me, calling me, sending voicemail. I know that he has had enough there. You understand? That's why he vomited all out. I even wished you could have given him more time. Yes, because a police officer, a retired police officer in Oguta State yesterday was beheaded. They killed him, severed all his body, and returned his torso. They returned his torso home. They returned the body, dead body, corpse, home. What did he do? A retired police officer, we don't know. But if you ask me, anything federal, I repeat it, anything federal in Igbo land is an enemy of Igbo man. Anything working for federal or retired, worked before for federal and presently retired, is an enemy of Igbo man. The policeman may have done something wrong, I know. I read it anyway. He was killed in his farmland. Phoenix is going to bring out the, detailing narratives on how the man was killed or why. Because nobody has been arrested now. I didn't understand. So the report is skirmish because police are into, they are, hunting for the perpetrators of such crime. Then again, why should this issue of hijab in the public schooling or private schooling Kwara State again persist? Why? Because if you ask me, if I'm a Christian, I am. I don't see a school, private school that is meant for the Muslim to go there. I think it is the most difficult thing I can ever do. Because I know that such school belongs to the Muslim. I would rather go to a secular, just a school that I know that anybody can go there, and we have a central uniform that we are using. I can just go there and wear my uniform. You don't expect me to go to a private school, and before you know it, I'll be forced to start dressing like a Muslim in such private school. The only thing I can do is honorably I will leave that school. I don't know what I understand. So this issue of Muslim fighting Christian in the school, teachers telling Muslims to dress like Christians, teachers telling Christians to dress like Muslims, is all madness. I'm telling you, let me tell you, what is worrying them is not ethnic jingoism again, no, but lunatic jingoism. Sycophancy of the highest order. Sycophancy of the highest order. Because religion is not supposed to be an issue in a state like Nigeria that got high independence 62 years ago. Religion. If a girl does not put hijab, what does that depict? Is Allah annoyed? Can God be annoyed with his children?
Because you're not wearing hijab.
If a Christian dress like Muslim, can God of Israel be annoyed with a Christian that dress like a Muslim? Is it not just clothing? You that is a Muslim teacher or headmaster that is fighting those pupils, compelling them to dress in a way that their religion, is somehow belittled or depreciated. I don't understand. Are you trying to fight for the God of Islam? Are you fighting for Allah? Can you fight for your God that created you? Okay, so okay. Thank you, Christian. You are trying to do Allah a favor by forcing the whole pupils in that school to dress like a Muslim person or persons. Are you trying to please Allah? Wait, when you were born, did you come with that dress? Did you come with hijab? Are you covered?
Both Christians and Muslims.
Thank you. No, I'm saying that. No, wait. Muslims, Islam. I don't hate my brothers. They are my brothers. But I'm trying to go against that ideology. It is, let me not pronounce my decision. Let me finish. Did you come to this world with religiosities, all manner of religious activities and practices? The mothers that gave birth to those purposes, did those mothers deliver them that way? They came to this world naked. Then now, where this kind of ideologies and the fetishness start creeping in, where? It's because of what? Orientation. Two. Let me tell you, religious psychophancy, religious jingoism. When I don't hear grammar today again, now religious jingoism. Because Allah, if He is God, let me tell you, I always say the truth, may have sent some people from heaven on earth in the likeness of angels to tell these idiotic ideologies that you should leave people alone. They can worship me as they like. They can dress anyhow as they like. Anything they didn't fit, they can dress like that. Are you listening to me? It doesn't matter if I don't bow down. It doesn't matter if I don't pray 5 times in a day. No. The only thing is the state of my heart. Love I have for fellow man. Love I have for God. Okay. Are you listening to me? So what is happening in that Baptist college in Kwara State is an IC? I think so. Because see, you can't bend a public or private institution ethics or criteria of doing things because of their selfish interest, or to interest some people, or to interest your God. Are you listening to me? You come to that school, you leave them the way they practice. You come to Muslim school, you leave them. And take it. If Muslim school tell you, dress this, because you know that is the way they dress, and you go there. See, Christian, is there any time in history you heard that there is or was religious crisis in Dubai? Dubai is a safe haven for many ethnicities of the world. They go to Dubai, they have rest. Who are they? United Arab Emirates. They are Muslims. They have peace. Terrorists don't kill people there. Onyeme bia beya bemado agobia ago. I translate. If anybody spoils his home, another man's home will be enticing or hungering him. That's pure English. It's a complete English language. See, these Nigerian politicians, religious bigots, disgruntled Nigerian politicians, profiteers. See, they spoil Nigeria and now they are looking outside Nigeria. For what? For greener pastures. They are the problem we have in Nigeria. They are the problem the youths have. They are the problem the next generation are going to have. Do you know how many generations from 1960 till now? I count it. A generation is 30 years. 2 generations plus.
A generation is 40 years.
A generation is 30 years. Go and check it. Go and check it.
Okay.
A generation, 30 years makes one generation. Okay. So let me tell you, 2 generations and oh God, we are entering the 3rd generation because 60 is elapsing now with 2 years. 3 generations are going to fear. I reject it in Jesus' name. This madness has to stop. Every day in Nigeria, Muslims will be pointing at Christians. Christians will be dodging. We don't want to do politics. Anybody that is politics, he will go to hellfire. That's why Christians, the clergy, men of God, cannot come to government eyeball to eyeball. You are doing bad thing. You are killing Christians. Stop it. Rather, they will go and hide under that what? Belief that God says, leave the people in the authority. Don't talk to them. They will collect money. They will allow all these useless politicians killing Christians
and Muslims.
And they are Muslims. You see one thing? The Yoruba and the Ifoma Ofili. I studied them online. Ifoma was saying, thank God, anything terror activity all over the world. Islam. Yoruba was saying something there too about this terror, ISWAP, Boko Haram, terrorist activities all over the world being from Islam. They were contemplating it here.
Killed ISIS leaders.
Thank you so much. They must eliminate them. They must kill them. Those people to live here. IS ideology is too bloodthirsty. Yes. They are running bloodthirsty, blood-hungry ideologies all over the world. Killing in Pakistan, India, Nigeria, Afghanistan, even in the United States of America. What kind of madness is that? Have you ever had that angel came from heaven and said, wear hijab? Kill somebody that spit on Quran. Kill somebody that says Muhammad is not good or that Allah is not good. Have you ever had Saudis, Arabians come to this country, that they came to this country and start preaching to us, say, this is what we must do. Okay? The kind of Islam we have here is not the kind of Islam they practice in the Middle East, Europe. Middle East. I listen to me, Jordan, Saudi Arabia, Pakistan. Do you understand? All those Middle East, Europe, Afghanistan, them. Do you understand? What do you call them? Dubai. Iraq, Iran. Do you understand? They don't do it like that. They have love for themselves. If you look at a Saudi Arabian man on Friday, after worshiping God, as he's going, he will start giving to the poor substantial gifts, not kobo now. They can remove their wristwatch. They can buy bags of rice, throwing it on the road. Okay, there are poor people everywhere all over the world. Because he finished worshiping in the mosque at Medina, he will now start loving fellow man. Nigerian Muslims, I don't know what is wrong with them. These Muslims, they are from Senegal, Fulani, Futajelo Highland. They mix Islam with what? Fetish practices. And their perceived enemies are Christians. Does not God tell us to love one another? God did. He did tell us to love one another. In fact, God told us that number one thing he loves is love. Love your fellow human being. Why are we killing ourselves?
So what is happening in Kwara State is fueled by Islamic
yes. You know what? I accepted it. It's a fact because that was the stronghold of Islam in southwestern Nigeria. And that's where they first set their foot on the west. Ilori. Oba Fanja was beheaded by Ottoman and Fodio. Yoruba, they have not done anything about it today. They did not retaliate there. Not even what you talk about now. Now, I don't think Ilori has anything like Oba chief there. It's Emir. Because after beheading of Fanja, they do what? They place their Emirates flag there. And Ilorin became one of the Emirates. Stronghold of Islam in Nigeria. Okay. I didn't understand. When we see something that is bad, we don't come out and go against it. Britain is now hiding. British, they know. They are evil. Britain, British, you are evil. You rigged the first election in Nigeria in 1959. Carol Smith, and the Harold Smiths, they are couples now. They are still alive. They are online narrating how Britain all of a sudden turned against their own. We are their own because they are our colonial masters. In 1959, they rigged election here. Britain, they are the one that started rigging election in history in Nigeria. That's why each and every election that comes and goes in Nigeria, everybody will wear our cap to go and rig. Accreditation center, arrange pass, because our colonial master did it. We are fools, cheap. Do you understand? Because Britain rigged election in 1959, Nigerian politicians is bent on rigging election every time we cast vote in Nigeria. Because our British master
we have an electoral bill that will be passed. I don't think
electoral bill is about signed now. It's still rotting on the table of Mr. Retired Major General Buhari. I don't call him president. No. If I call Buhari president, I'm offending Donald Trump. Donald Trump is my man, my dad, my uncle. If I call him president, in fact, I'm messing Winston Churchill up. He is my uncle. In fact, if I call Buhari Mr. President, I'm spanking on Ronald Reagan of the United States. See, those guys are presidents. What do you mean? Call Buhari president. Well, president, somebody that did not go to school. Why must I call him president? Somebody whose WAEC attestation is fallible, very, very fallible, full of error and fallacy. WAEC office in Liberia, they didn't see his name there. And they made mistake of all time by placing his photo passport when he was old. So you took WAEC in 1946. And you look you look like you are 89 on your passport photograph. Is that not a failed what? 419. They failed. The people that bought certificates of Buhari in 2017, when the argument was hitting up, then 2019, they flopped up. They flopped up. They failed. They did not do their work well. Because the passport there, photography, Buhari look 86. Jesus Christ. Do you know the normal age you should attain before take WAEC in Nigeria? At least 16, 17, 18 in those days. All of a sudden, a 17-year-old boy grow one kind of sense they are all over and gray hair. Okay, they fucked up. WAEC office in Nigeria is corrupt. Have you forgotten that in WAEC office in Nigeria, snake grow what? Terrible. No, snake all of a sudden turned to a horrible creature and started swallowing 400 and something million. And the snake swallowed the money.
WAEC went away.
And went away. Till today, nowhere to be found. In Kano State, in Abuja,
what is snake doing with the money?
I don't know. All of a sudden, snake from Canal. Okay, WAEC head office is Lagos here. From Obebi Canal, a crawl to Amede School, Jones. From the channels, drainage channels that link to Oba, because WAEC headquarters is here. I think understand. He jumped the fence. The snake, he went there and swallowed 460 something million naira. Ideologies police station is there. Nobody could alert the police to come and shoot the snake. And when the snake swallowed the money, finished, what happened? Snake disappeared. That is African mythology, African superstition and the fiction. We are all engrossed on all this manner of unexisted, fairy stories. Do you know? Let me tell you, is it in Kano or Abuja that monkey just enter office and chase away the clerk, chase away the secretary, slap him and carry 600 and something million on in APC regime? The so-called you are Mr. President, as Pastor Matthew used to address retired general. So Mr. President, because he's trying to be so critical. And what? Some people said I'm not being critical, but I'm telling them, what am I doing now? Criticism is critical. Please correct your English next time. When somebody is speaking in this kind of manner, he is trying to criticize. And when you convert it to adjective word, you call it critical. You said I should be critical on my, speech. What am I doing? Stop speaking English at me. I should be the one to speak English to you. So let me tell you, snake swallow money and run away. Monkey stole money and run away. This is unbelievable.
Thank you very much, Mr. Rapper.
Should we stop here?
Yeah. What way? What's the way?
Okay, the only solution, like my brother Opara said. My brother Opara said that all these Ohanese, they are campaigning for presidency, asking them to give them the presidency slots, which of course, if they give them. At the end of the day, Ohanese will still go align with North and oppress the so-called president. Because I know that if Igbo president comes, oh my God, any slight mistake, everybody will gang up against them. If Igbo president make mistake, that Buhari just not up to the kind of mistake Buhari is making now. Hausa man will crucify him. Fulani man will stab him. Yoruba man will go far, say, I told you. Are you listening to me? So we don't want presidency. I'm saying profiling solution. Listen and listen good. We don't want presidency. I cannot be going straight and bent. No. Straight forever. Are you listening to me? When I said we need presidency, meaning we are trying to douse the tension so that the president, Igbo president, I know I told you that I won't talk some things because I know if you give Igbo man presidency, I like it, but something will happen. I don't want to say that on camp. Let me tell you, Oga, Christian, the only solution in this mess now, someone is languishing in the facilities of Department of State Security Service, DSS. He did not commit any crime. 2, someone is languishing at Cotonou prison or anywhere prison. I don't know. The prison is in Benin. I don't know. But I know that somebody that has not done anything is suffering in that facility. They detain him. They put him in confinement. Almost how many months now? The man is suffering there. He's a Yoruba man. And when the man started this agitation, the whole Yoruba, hey, we are Areonu Kakanfo of Yoruba land. We stand by you. They were doing like this at Igboho. Hey, go. When they arrested Igboho, they moved, they invaded the whole Cotonou. I'm telling you, I could even hear the owl shouting.
1 hour program.
I could even hear cows, cats, dog, everybody. They entered Igboho this thing on behalf of Igboho, so to solidarize with him. But today, Christian, we are not hearing anything. No. We don't hear anybody again. Nobody is following Igboho again. They all withdraw back. Igboho did not do anything. Igboho did not do anything. Why is Yoruba man like this?
Okay, thank you very much.
Now they are blaming Igboho. Nnamdi Kanu did nothing. Nnamdi Kanu must be free. Nnamdi Kanu is a freedom fighter. Nnamdi Kanu has not involved in any political whatever. Cancrum. Higlidi piglidi. I want to speak like that to Benin Senator during Jonathan regime. Nnamdi Kanu has not involved in any political cancrum or higlidi piglidi before or hula bulu. See, Nnamdi Kanu is a free man that is going on his way. Nnamdi Kanu just want to give Igbo man freedom because it's been a long time. All of us in the Southeast has been marginalized. Thank you so much.
Very much. Oluwawan, you have like 3 minutes.
3 minutes, yeah. I like 3 minutes. I don't like freeze. What is happening?
Agbekoya is saying that international leader is saying that
who is Agbekoya?
They will release Igboho with traditional means.
Okay, Agbekoya, that is the president of the Hunter Association of the Yoruba land. Why don't he do it? It's getting late. That language is out of frame. Let it ask him and let us see the film.
That's what he's saying. He's warning Nigerian government. He's warning the government.
And let us see the action now. He can use the man. Let us, if you can do that one, you know that the government can be kidnapped by the physical power, that is spiritual power that is broadcasting. Let us see the film. Don't just make him mouth. Today is what? Today is 4. Today is 4. February 4, 2020. Before next month now, it should be around, let's say, 20 something. Nothing will happen. You can't do it now.
No. I say traditional means does not work.
Traditional means how long? Igboho, before the arrested of Igboho is number 1 acclaimed traditional means of Yoruba land fighter. They say he bring gun from people's hands. Are you not hearing it? But at the end of the day, he was kidnapped in inside plane. 5 minutes to jet out to Germany in Cotonou. Till now, you see there, no traditional means. Let us see the traditional means. We welcome the traditional means. We are looking for traditional means to wrestle the power from them. And if you say they're available, we are going to welcome it. You understand? Not by saying language that will never exist. Let us see language that will exist. Then we will benefit. Because Nigeria, let's say 85% of Nigeria is looking for that power. Because it's like the domination of the government because of the power of their guns. But we will now have that spiritual power to squeeze things from them. We will glorify the power and we'll clap for the power.
Let's talk about hijab in Kwara State. What do you think about the hijab controversy?
Hijab in Kwara State.
Hijab controversy.
Okay.
Kwara State.
They say it's compulsory for every student.
No. The Muslims should not wear hijab to the Christian Baptist school, the Kwara State Baptist school.
The Muslims should not wear hijab.
See, okay, to Kwara State Baptist School. Yeah. That is a Christian school.
A Christian school owned by the government.
A Christian school owned by the government.
Yes.
If you are a Muslim, when they say a Christian school, it's just like a Christian secondary school owned by a government. When you are a Muslim, are you supposed to go to a Christian school? They have a Muslim school now. Except you say you are 2 of the above. You understand? And it's not possible
It's not possible to serve two masters at once. Either you are a Christian or you are a Muslim, you have where to serve your.
Some Muslims want to enjoy it.
It's a controversial situation. It can't happen. We have been long. We have been seeing this story. Now, if you're a Christian, you go to Christian school. If you're a Muslim, you go to Muslim school. If you say you want to go to preschool, there's a school that Christian Muslim go. But when they say this school is a compulsory for Christian, it's compulsory for all Christians. Not inviting more Christian than Muslim. Because there will be disagreement along the line. Because the school that I attended a school that both Muslim and Christian. It's a government school. We have one uniform. Yes. No different color. Religion doesn't separate us. So that language is a zero. Can never come to pass. It's just a suggestion. It's a suggestion. There is different type of suggestion. That suggestion never have power to exist. You can't mix A and B together and tie them. It's impossible.
Thank you very much. You are welcome. We've come to the end of Bystanders and Newsstand this morning. It's been a hectic day. I'll say a big thank you to those that have been online with us, and also a big thank you to the persons behind the camera. Also a big thank you to those that have spoken this morning. I am Christian Chuku. I will meet the same place, same time tomorrow on the same platform. Bye for now. Till tomorrow. Thank you.